Hello and welcome to the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. We are on episode 19 today. Welcome, everybody. We have a pretty sweet show today. We're going to be talking about subscriptions in the gaming world. And I'm Nasty Nate, and we got Dandalf the Wise here, and Take It Easy Jono. How you guys been? How you guys doing?
It is I.
I've been busy. I've been busy as shit. I've got this new song coming out that I've been working on, but I'm almost done. And every spare hour I've had during the day has been in the studio, and I'm just been like blocking out everything else. Gaming has taken kind of a backseat, except for Sea of Thieves. But that's about it. It's coming to an end.
So what is this? You've already released your 4-song EP, and you're working on another?
3 song EP. I've got a 4th song out there. The first song that I did was broadcast from my bedroom. Now this one's just a new song that I wanted to get out. Okay. I wanted to have it out by summer because it's kind of like a late summer.
So release it next year
thing. But yeah, right. But I'm gonna have to settle with September.
Yeah, I haven't been that busy. I mean, nothing really too doing. I modded my my PS5 controller because I was looking at controllers. After that DualSense Edge announcement, I was like, and I was looking at controllers like that day, the day that it came out. And then I was looking at other controllers. I'm like, they're so expensive. But then I already have my controller, my PS5 controller, which I had already modded slightly with the back buttons. The mappable 4 back buttons and the rear grippy shell. I was like, well, why don't I just put more mods on my current controller? And then I found out that all these online custom controller places that you have, I'm sure you have something to say about them.
Yeah, I do.
They all use the same fucking parts. They all use the same parts that I got that you get off Amazon by Extreme Rate. They all use the same mods. So what I did, I don't see it here. I'll show it on the. It's just a normal looking. Oh, it looks normal. Until you check the back, I got a grippy back shell.
Oh yeah,
it's exactly like mine. Yep.
And I got the 4. This is called the Extreme Rate Rise 4 rear back buttons, 4 remappable back buttons. I got the joystick mod where you can remove the joysticks. It comes with a bunch of different ones. I got that, and I got the clicky face button mod, which makes the face buttons clicky and more responsive.
I did always like the buttons on PS5 controller anyway to begin with. I don't really like them on Xbox.
And I don't know if you can hear it now. Let me click.
Nope.
Nah.
Anyway, they're clicky. The D-pad and the face buttons are now clicky. I opted to not go for the trigger mods because it would remove the haptic feedback on the triggers, and I want to keep that.
No go.
It's not great for FPSs. I mean, that's a pretty important mod, but I mean, we have a spare controller. I guess if I needed haptic feedback or wanted it, I could just use that one. But I kept it. Anyway, all of these mods on this controller cost $90 Canadian, okay, for the mods, and then I put them in myself. So that's the equivalent of a controller. The price of the controller itself is $90. 70 US, and the mods cost 70 US as well, so it's the equivalent. So if you want to do this yourself and you are technically inclined at all, like to tinker, or if you've even used a screwdriver in your life, I think you could do it. There's YouTube videos for every part they sell, every mod they sell, there's a YouTube video for it. So I mean, it will cost you roughly 180 Canadian, 140 US if you want this exact setup, which is basically a pro controller. Like, I went to the Hex Gaming website, which is similar to the one you ordered, that Mega Mods, Hex Gaming. They're all the fucking same. They use the same mods. I built the exact same controller as what I have here. Same color, but basically they just assemble it for you, right? And they send it to you.
So they make money on the assembly.
Yeah, that's it. So theirs actually only had 2 back buttons. They didn't have a 4 back button option for some reason on the Hex Gaming. And I didn't read anywhere on the page that it actually had clicky face buttons either. Okay. And they want $220 US
Fuck, man.
for that. And
Like, how long would it?
This costs $140 US to do.
How long did it take you to do the mods altogether? Like an hour of time.
Well, I did them at separate times, so
But
but if you have the thing apart, like you'll do it in no time. Like you'll do it all at once.
They're essentially charging $100 US for their labor.
Close, probably. Yeah, like $90. Yeah. Depends what else you get. You can get different colors and shit like that. But like once the controller is open, it's all the same. Like you just put it back together with the new parts. Like it doesn't take any more time to do like, well, it kind of does, but not really. Once the controller's open, it's open. So stop buying these custom controllers, people. Just stop it. Just do it yourself, man. If you're at all technically inclined, if you have used a screwdriver before, you can do it.
$90 is a lot if someone fucks it up and breaks something. You know
but you could just buy a new controller and try it again. Literally, you have enough money left over that it would cost the same. You know what I mean? Like, and then you learn how to do it. And then you would
What's
like
the
a
running cost
experience.
of a PS5 controller right now?
$90 Canadian.
$90.
90?
Yeah. 70
Yeah,
US.
So
even if you fucked up a controller and bought another one and then did it and got it right, you would then have the experience to do it again, and you wouldn't be, spending even any more money than you would have gotten a custom
ordering
controller.
it. Yeah.
And then fuck it up anyway, like they did yours.
Yeah. So that brings me into what I'm about to talk about. Episodes back, like early episodes maybe, I purchased a modded controller from Mega Mods. When I got the controller, yada yada, it broke. I sent it back. They sent it back to me in Canada. They're in the States, California. They sent it back to me in Canada. It was still kind of broken. The USB port didn't line up. When you send something to the States in Canada, I paid the shipping fee to them. As a return repair, I sent to them to repair it. When it comes back into Canada, or when it crosses borders, they're supposed to label it as a repair warranty so I don't get charged the taxes at the border. Okay? Then you've got to pay the brokerage fee of whoever's doing the shipping. So usually, if you're a good company, and you value your customers, you would pay the shipping back to your customer. Okay? They didn't do this. So when I got my controller back and it was still fucking broken with the USB port not lining up, I was like, well, I'm not sending it back because then I have to pay the shipping again back, and then they would make me pay the shipping again back to me. Right? So I get a bill in the mail from FedEx saying I owe FedEx $95. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I shouldn't be paying anything if it's coming back repair return. So I call FedEx. I'm like, this is bullshit, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, well, pay us, and then you have to take it up with the Canadian border people. I was like, ugh. So I pay FedEx the $100. Then I contact the border people. They're like, send us all the bills and the commercial invoices, all the proof you have that it was a repair return. I call Mega Mods and I say, you guys didn't send it back as repair return because I got dinged at the border. They're like, oh, no, we did it. I'm like, okay, give me the proof that you did it. And they sent me like this invoice that said $0 on it, repair return. I'm like, that does nothing for me because you didn't send that with the controller to the border people when you sent it to me. So I'm going through the invoices with FedEx on the phone because I'm still back and forth. And then I find on one of the commercial invoices that they did in fact say repair return, but they didn't put it in the correct box. They put it in like the notes section on the commercial invoice. And the border people don't check that. They check a certain box. If it's not in that certain box that says return or repair, it's got to be quick, right? So they're like, okay, charge the HST or charge the taxes. Then they said charge the recipient of the package for shipping, not us. Charge the customer for shipping. So I got dinged $60 for the shipping cost, and then I got charged $35 for the border cost. I was fucking fuming. I
On
cannot
top
believe
of
it.
the 90 from FedEx, 95.
No, this is what the $95
Oh, okay, that was
entails.
that was cumulative.
So to send the fucking controller back under warranty, I had to end up paying $120. Oh man, I'm so fucking pissed. That's why I didn't want to send it back again, because then I'd pay another $100 for them to fucking fix it, because they're a bunch of fucking morons.
Oh
Do
my
not-
God.
Money too.
Do
The time.
not buy from Megamods. If you're in Canada, like,
Do it
avoid.
yourself. Send it to
Do it
Elder
yourself,
Trolls
okay?
Gaming. Send
Yeah,
it to
we'll
Elder
charge you
Trolls Gaming.
$300.
I'll fucking do your controller up perfectly fine. Look, works.
I'm fucking pissed, man. And mine's the exact same as his.
as this
Exact,
exact
yeah.
same. Actually, you don't
Exact
even
same.
have this, do you? Do you have this?
Oh no, I don't have those, but I do have the short triggers.
Oh, do you have clicky face buttons?
No, it's still mushy, shitty, mushy PS5. buttons.
Stupid human. You are just a stupid human.
Oh
190
my God.
190 bucks. Or what did I say?
Holy fuck.
180 Canadian.
I'm very upset. So
180.
right now I can't get the $60 back from FedEx, but I can try to get the $35 back from the border people, and that's the best I can do.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then you're gonna end up
Holy
spending
shit.
fucking 2 weeks on this just to get
Yeah.
$30.
Waste my
back.
time. Yeah. Like what's
What
the
a
point?
so
fucking
stupid.
giant headache. What
Yeah.
a fucking headache. But also you get that satisfaction of doing it yourself, guys. The satisfaction.
True.
I'm so satisfied right now.
Speaking of doing things ourselves, you recently modded your PS2, correct?
No.
We're allowed to say that.
Oh. Okay.
Are you sure?
I did.
Let's
I-
just
I
say
modded-
you had some fun with your PS2 and you're able to play some old classic games, okay?
Okay, so I'm also going to say that I'm about to have some fun with my GameCube to play old classic games.
Zoom in on that face.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was going to mention it a little bit later in the
Oh, okay.
what we were playing. I finished watching DOTA and Tekken. I think I finished Tekken. 2 video game adaptations of TV on Netflix. I loved Dota. It was sweet. It was very sweet. I
Tekken's
just finished
meh.
it this week. Yeah. I never really played the game Dota though, but I love the animations. It's got cool CGI effects, but it's not all CGI like Tekken is. Tekken, I remember playing the original PS1 game.
Yeah.
It came out in 1994. I think maybe we rented it a couple times or something like that. I don't think we owned it. But I loved fighting games back then. Like back in the day, playing on PS1 and shit, we played fighting games all the time.
Yeah.
The animation on the Tekken is kind of weird though. It's like CGI, right? It was like a CGI, but it looked like it was drawn. It was like hand drawn, but the movement was CGI. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
I
it is
didn't really
weird.
like it. I like what they
It's
did
weird.
with the fighting though, because it felt like an actual fighting game. Because when they would connect to punches, it would like show like
Yeah,
little
like a
energy,
flash
like
or a little
crackling and flashes and stuff like that. So it felt like a fighting game. Like it felt like I was watching a fighting game. But I like the line work of the art was cool. There was nice line work. It was
Yeah.
thick, heavy line work, but it was a bit awkward, like the movement, and because it was all CGI. And yeah, but there. I don't know if you noticed this, but in Tekken,
I haven't fully watched it. I haven't finished it.
it doesn't matter. In every scene, every single shot, every frame, there is this square shadow on everyone's head that goes like this. And they just drew in a square shadow, no matter what position they were in or lighting. It was just a square. That was their lighting. It was a square shadow like this that was dark underneath and then lighter on top. It was so
Yeah.
fucking dumb. Like I couldn't unsee it. I could
Trained
not
eyes,
unsee it.
man.
You
Trained
should throw up
eyes.
an example of that on the screen because I don't know. I'm not going to watch it.
I noticed
so.
it. I definitely. I was like, why are all shadows straight? This doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's like no, even on the head, but on everybody's
Yeah.
head. I don't know if you could Google it.
Like you see on my face currently,
doesn't
the
it
shadow-
make their heads look
the
like
shadow
cone shaped or something?
isn't straight.
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense at all. What I don't even know what would make sense. It would be like if there was a floating square above them.
A cube.
A
Just a
floating
fucking
cube above them everywhere they went. That's like, what is that?
Maybe in like the
Well,
software, they're like,
That
okay,
could be how
where's
they animated it.
where's the lighting source? And the lighting source was a cube, and they just had the cube.
No, it's the shadow that's the cube.
Yeah, but by
not
them
the lighting
blocking-
source.
Or they had a cube in front
Well, they
of
had a
the
cube in
lighting
front of the
source.
light source constantly, just like
Like
a
right in
They
front of
forgot-
them.
GoPro camera attached
Yeah.
to their head.
That's all. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, I
That's
noticed that
weird.
too.
That's
Not
strange.
even close to as good as Dota. That's for sure. Anyway.
Next up, how did you guys like the first episode of Lord of the Rings on Amazon? What is it? Lord of the Rings, Power of the Ring?
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. I
thought it was cool.
I thought it was breathtaking the way
I
they
liked it a
shot
lot.
that.
I liked it a lot.
The lighting, I was getting lighting boners throughout that whole episode. Just like I couldn't believe
Lightning boner?
the lighting was
Lightning.
unbelievably done. It was
So
beautiful.
it was not as bad as Tekken.
Not as
is what
good.
you're saying.
Not as good as Tekken. No.
As good as Tekken.
It was a.
Wow. Oh,
I thought there were some really cool things. I do agree with the way it was shot. The vision is beautiful. There were so many scenes where I was like, that looks really nice. And I think the big thing is, what I noticed was that there were many scenes that made me think, okay, they're really keeping it in Peter Jackson's vision
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
I think because you don't want to change it too much. Maybe I don't know, but
Like
it was
the-
cool
like the
'cause I was
camera
that looks like
sweeps,
something,
right?
Yeah,
like the
like that looks like something out of a PJ film. There was this one scene with the top down view of the boat on the sundering seas,
Man. Yeah.
and it was like splitting the water behind it, moving into the west. I was like, oh, that is a nice shot with the birds coming out. Just stuff like that, and it was
fucking fantastic.
It was really good.
It looks
was
nice.
better than I expected.
Yeah.
I think there's some things I guess they can't put in it because of the rights or something. So
Oh, really?
Like what?
I don't know. That's what Nerd of the Rings was saying. I'm not sure what exactly, but he did mention, he's like, they didn't have this in it. I'm not sure what that's because of rights or whatever, because he did mention the rights
Oh.
a few times though. So I don't know if it's rights with the Peter
Weird.
Jackson films or rights with the Tolkien estate or what exactly they have the permission to put in the show. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was good. It's not going to be completely accurate because they obviously have to please Tolkien fans and they're not going to include some stuff that they did leave a bunch of stuff out between, like when Galadriel goes back or whatever, like back from Valinor to Middle Earth. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happens there in the lore. But like they didn't include it because it would just take too much time, I think, to tell.
Yeah,
like
for
there's
sure.
so much
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that happens. And
Mhm.
anyway,
Mhm.
but I thought
I
it was
love-
really good.
I love how they say the names. God, just the delivery of the dialogue, the actors, how they were delivering their. Oh my God, like
Yeah, and I really like the
actors are
actress
good.
and the actor.
Oh man, Galadriel is awesome. She
Everyone
is
good
killing it.
so far. Yeah, everyone's
And
been really good so far.
what's his name? The
The guy who plays Elrond, I like him too.
yeah. Oh my God, I just whenever
Yeah.
they're talking in the forest. Was it the forest before? I think it's before she leaves, and he's in that green kind of
That was a good scene.
blanket thing. Oh man,
Was that with the
The-
wooden statues of the
Yeah,
the
they're-
fallen?
that's like their graveyard
lighting-
or whatever.
the lighting? My eyeballs were just like
It was
I
cool.
couldn't look away. It was so beautiful. It was awesome, well lit, beautifully lit. So sick.
HDR was pretty nice.
Oh, I wasn't. Oh yeah, I had the lights off because I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that it was
Yeah.
optimal. It was nice. It looked very nice. But again, I'm no aficionado. I did like that when the shots were on like I don't know what you're calling it, the Harfoots. Let's just use that word because I keep hearing that
They're hobbits.
in the show. They're hobbits, I guess, right? But like
yes.
predecessors to them. But again, they really nailed the way like Peter Jackson would have done it with the little comedic kind of it's like a really fast sort of montagey type thing with like the silly kind of music playing. And I was watching the scenes where they're like rolling out all the shit because I think they were hiding from these two hunters that were passing by, and then they start rolling out of their trees and stuff. And I was like, man, that is exactly how
that's
PJ
sweet.
would have shot it. They're like slamming their books on the table, rolling out all their food and their tools, and it's just kind of like a little fun montage. I was like, that's something right out of the Hobbit movies. So I think we're gonna see a lot more consistency coming through. I don't know what else to expect. I don't remember a lot from the Silmarillion itself. I know the big events. You know, with like Feanor and shit.
This is after that. Feanor's gone at this point.
Yeah, I guess. Because I don't remember the name of her brother in that show.
Finrod,
that's right. I remember that name from the Silmarillion. But anyway. So Elijah Wood was like, yeah, it's a little misleading because it's called The Lord of the Rings, but it's not really about The Lord of the Rings because it's the Second Age. And I was like, well, as long as it's about them hunting down Sauron, then you could get away with calling it The Lord of the Rings because it's still about Sauron being the villain before he was the Lord of the Rings villain. You know, so that's kosher in my eyes, I guess. But man, what a shame how we're not seeing the events of the Silmarillion because those were breathtaking.
There's so
like,
much
I don't know,
more.
Nathaniel, I know you can't read. You're not capable of enjoying reading like a good old, especially that book. It's really heavy and it's really like, but man, if you can get through it, it's fucking sweet. It was awesome.
No, I never read it.
It's different.
There's too many names
different.
too, like massive names that I'll have to like categorize and shit.
There's a lot of hierarchy, or no, there's a lot of family tree shit. What do you call it?
Yeah, so rename them like Bob and George and Frank. You know, just
Ringo,
rename
Paul.
I don't think that would help.
There was a video of Peter Jackson like years ago with his daughter and him sitting at the table in their house, and he had like they were doing this little dumb skit. I don't know if you guys remember this, where it was obviously staged, and he was like, have you seen my glasses anyway? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like looking for them, and she's like lifting shit on the table, and she obviously lifts a copy of the Silmarillion like right in front of the camera, and it's like all sticky noted with like those multicolored sticky notes. She's like, oh, gee, Dad, I don't know where they are. Blah, 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 and putting them down. And everyone's like, okay, they're clearly showing us that he might be working on something here, but who knows? That would be sweet. That was just
How long ago
years
was this?
So yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And they just resold the not the estate, but the rights to that new gaming company, Embracer Group.
Yeah, Embracer Group.
So Embracer Group bought some studios off Square Enix. They've been accumulating some stuff, and they just bought like the Lord of the Rings rights, which is insane. So expect to have a lot more games coming out in the future for Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
And
That
not,
would be nice.
not mobile games, please. Not mobile games, Embracer Group, please. Don't
Oh
waste your
yeah, they
time.
will. Oh yeah, they will.
For fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Brand new Lord of the Rings game. Mobile game. Play it on your phone today.
Well, speaking of games,
mm-hmm,
should we-
Oh, do we want
game time?
Do we want to do the winner of the? Let's
Oh,
do the
right.
winner quickly for the thing. So next up on the dock is the Wheel of Fortune for the $10 game card Steam gift card that we were running on Twitter. So we'll be doing that now. A lot of people didn't follow the instructions properly. So unfortunately, if you didn't follow the instructions, you're not going to be on the Wheel of Fortune. So let's get this going here.
Ready? I guess I just press spacebar.
Or click the spin.
Spin. We're ready to spin, and we're going.
I can't see it.
And the winner is the boy next door.
Nice. Cool. Congratulations. I will reach out in a private message to grab your Steam name so I can send that gift over to you. All right. Congratulations.
Sweet. Congratulations, boy next door.
$10
Thank you guys.
off.
Wow.
Thank you guys for
$10.
the participation. We always appreciate the engagement.
Thanks a lot, guys, for the reviews, for the engagement. We appreciate that. The
Mhm.
follows. Get some follows on there. You know, maybe we'll do something like that again. Probably.
Yes. Definitely.
Maybe we'll pick a random winner who has reviewed us. Go up on review. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple. It helps us out. It takes 30 seconds.
Yeah,
If
man.
you're listening on, even if you're listening on YouTube, just kind of go over there, give us a little review. Anyway, so the moving on here to talk about some games.
Game time.
Some news, some games, some news.
Yep.
Tokyo Game Show is coming up.
Oh, yes. You guys hear what might be coming up at the Tokyo Game Show?
Yes. Konami has a big reveal regarding a well-known series getting a new game. Everyone obviously
new game or remake?
Yeah.
Do we know that?
New game,
we
remake,
don't know that.
Whatever. Everyone
what do
assumes
you
it's
guys
Metal
think?
Gear.
Yeah,
You
I'm
assume
assuming
that it's Metal Gear?
Metal Gear, yeah.
Everyone is
I don't
assuming
know.
that.
Really?
Metal Gear, what else?
Though-
Silent
though-
Hill, who gives a fuck? It's got to be Metal Gear. Like, no one cares about anything else.
Well,
who
there are
cares?
a lot of people who care about Silent Hill.
Fuck off,
And-
Silent Hill.
And they were seen renewing trademarks or stuff for Silent Hill, so could be.
Who cares?
I would love to see a full-on PS5, Xbox Series X remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. That'd be fucking awesome. It'd be so sick.
But how
That's all
would
I
you
really
do the
care about.
boss? How would you do the boss where you had to unplug the controller and plug it in?
Psycho Mantis.
Oh, yeah, Psycho Mantis.
I don't even
Wouldn't
They'd
know.
find out a way.
Honestly, Twin Snakes on GameCube was fucking sweet because it was just like playing Sons of Liberty, but
Is that the
first
third
game.
one?
No. Twin Snakes is just a remake, ground up
Oh,
remake, I guess, of Metal Gear Solid on GameCube with Sons of Liberty's engine. So you
Oh.
had aim down sights, all that kind of stuff, and it was just incredible because I never played Metal Gear Solid
play that
on
then.
PlayStation through.
Hmm.
I played it only exclusively Twin Snakes on GameCube. That was my experience with Metal Gear Solid.
Why was it
I was
called
like,
Twin
this is
Snakes?
fucking sweet.
yeah, why is it called Twin Snakes?
I don't remember that. I don't remember why.
Snakes.
Snakes? Snakes. I don't know no snakes.
But it was exclusively on GameCube. Twin Snakes didn't come out on anything else. It was like their way of putting Metal Gear Solid
Yeah.
in Nintendo.
But that'd be cool. I stopped playing Metal Gear after 3, I think. I was like, okay, that's enough for me. I didn't play
Played the
4,
first two, I
5, 6, whatever the fuck is out now. I didn't play that
Oh
shit.
man, I played 4.
I played
Guns of the Patriots.
Up to 2 or 3. 4?
I played 1, 2, and 4. I didn't play 3. I watched a lot of the cinematics in 3, so I kind of have an idea what happened. Phantom Pain, I don't know, man. It just slipped me by. I played a bit of it, and then it was hard to get back into, but apparently I should because it's just unreal.
Well, next.
Well,
What do you
hopefully
got?
it's Metal Gear.
Yeah, I'm hoping Metal Gear.
Jeff Grubb from the Nintendogs podcast said there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct next month or
yes.
this month, September. He just says it's gonna
I'm
happen,
excited.
and he thinks
Cool.
that it's gonna focus around Zelda because there's a lot. He thinks it's gonna focus around a lot of Zelda stuff, specifically Twilight Princess and Wind Waker ports for Switch. That's what they. This is the rumor of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD port coming to the Switch. Maybe
Yeah.
some Breath of the Wild 2 news. Maybe a title for the Breath of the Wild 2 game coming out. Hopefully a big reveal from that. But maybe some gameplay, maybe a trailer.
Yeah,
Fucking
that'd be
knows.
sweet. But they already they did the HD port re-release of Skyward Sword, so it's probably going to be kind of like that, where they're not going to do much to the game. They're just going to put it out and Switch and charge you $90 for it when you can go play it
Well, I mean,
elsewhere
the Link's Awakening remake was only. It's not full price.
that was remake, and it's full price. It's $80.
No, it's 50, I think.
No,
I saw it at Best Buy. I saw it at Best Buy yesterday, $49.
What? Really?
Yes.
I've been looking for it. Why didn't you fucking tell me about it? This fucking guy.
I didn't know you were looking for it. I was thinking about it. I was like, but and then I bought that game that Will, when he was on the podcast, talked about. What the hell's it called?
Yeah. Katamari something. Katamari.
Kobayashi Maru? No. Katamari something. Anyway, I saw it and I was like, oh, this is what he was talking about. And it was only $30, but it was the remake that they did for Switch. So I picked it up because it looks so strange. It looks almost like a Gitaroo Man kind of strangeness.
Yeah.
Like super weird Japanese game. So I picked it up. So I'll try it out soon. What else we got here? Halo Infinite Forge mode. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, it's been people were able to get into it through a certain way of launching the game. Yeah.
Somehow, yeah. But it's not out yet. So they're like creating all this stuff in this Forge mode that hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah.
But it's like you create your own content, and apparently it's a pretty sophisticated editor.
Mhm.
So they'll be able to create new maps and stuff like that. So I saw, what did I see? I saw someone made like a giant Jenga. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Someone made like a big Jenga thing, and he was like pushing the blocks with his gun. And then another guy made some map from Silent Hill, one of the Silent Hill games, like a hallway, a really dark hallway. And
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool. Like, I wonder how specific you can get with the. I wonder if you could make your own battle royale game.
Yes,
in there.
you're gonna be able to do that's gonna revitalize. Like, people are gonna jump into Halo because of this. Like, it's gonna be pretty sick. We don't know when it's gonna be actually
pretty
released,
cool.
but with people that have more of an imagination,
I think November.
Who's
November
running
it
the
said.
game now? Like, you're gonna see a lot more custom games. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, that I would love to pop into some like custom weirdo style games. If you could make a huge map and make a battle royale, that would be cool. I mean, they have their kind of what is it called?
I would love
Last
to
Spartan
see.
Standing.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that balloon game? What was it called?
The one that Jerry plays on Rick and Morty.
No, Balloon Fight. Remember Balloon Fight for SNES?
No.
Where you like float around in like low gravity and you pop each other's balloons, and then like that would be fun to play in Halo. Custom balloon fight match. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You
Anyway,
ever play that?
what are you playing right
played
now?
that.
What are you playing right now? I'm gonna guess Sea of Thieves.
That's it. I played with Samuel the other night. It was fun. I got him some treasure. We did a fort. We did we destroyed some skeleton ships. So I'm kind of turning him into a young scallywag.
Young pirate.
He was like, he's been dying to play for a while because I was like, how can you play Sea of Thieves with me anymore? It's like, well, I never know when you're on. So we played, and it was good. With kids, it was fun. With kids, it's funny because they don't care what you do, right? They're so easy to entertain. I'm like, all right, let's go do this fort. Okay, let's go do the skeleton ship, whatever. And he's happy doing whatever, even if he gets just a few chests. It doesn't matter. So we had fun. It was good, but that's about all I've been doing because I'm working toward this commendation that I've been doing for the last, I don't know, fucking four months since like March, and I'm very close to being done. I've got like 75 chests left, which is nothing in comparison to the 225 that I've had to get so far. That can be done in a matter of weeks. So let's just say I'll have a brand new cosmetic set very soon. The entire ship, the clothes, the guns, everything. It's gonna be sweet.
The whole kit and caboodle.
And then I might even celebrate by purchasing in the Pirate Emporium with real money the Flying Dutchman ship from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Davy Jones' ship, like the sunken ship that comes up through the water, because like that's the whole point of getting the barnacles is you're constantly underwater, right? And that's what like the barnacled ship looks like. It's got that kind of shit. It looks all like sunken and gross.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be sweet, but that's all I've been doing. I just haven't had a mind to play anything else because it's so mindless going and looking for ships, shipwrecks, just logging in. That's it. I tried Trek to Yomi last night. I was not in the mood for it. The fucking combat was totally grinding my gears. It was just like, I don't know. Once you get to Yomi, the game gets about 50% harder, 50 times harder, and you're just like, what is going on here? It's super easy at the beginning, but once you get to Yomi, these ghosts are like relentless, and they send way more of them at you, and they're just like slashing, whoosh, and they get caught in those slash furies where they're just like, whoosh, whoosh,
Yeah.
whoosh, and they keep going, and you're like, oh, and you're trying to get away, and you're trying to friggin' block, and the L button's not doing anything. I'm like, hello, counter. He's just like, ooh. I'm like, oh my god, fuck this. Like, it's just,
Smashes his controller, throws it out the window.
People had problems with that for sure.
I did yell.
Yeah, the combat was not good. It's very wonky.
It's not really that responsive. Like, it is when you're slashing, but the blocking isn't, which is frustrating. It should be equally as responsive as the slashing.
You have to do it at the right time, man.
That's it for me. I still haven't beat it.
Well, I dug out the PS2 out of the bag in the garage, and a bag full of goodies. Just old, nostalgic goodies. As people may have seen on Twitter, I posted a little Gitaroo Man video. It's fucking hard,
So
man.
sweet.
Back in the day, though, this was the game we loved.
Oh,
This came out in
it.
2002, and is the best rhythm game ever made. The best. This is
It's
before
true.
there was
Yep.
And
Beat Saber,
nobody
none
knows
of
about
that
it.
shit. This is before Guitar Hero, Rock Band, none of that bullshit. Gitaroo Man Masters Play. This is
Good
what
luck.
it's all about.
Fucking
So I beat the game like on
Awesome.
normal mode. Like you just play through the game on normal mode, and then you unlock Masters Play. That's when it actually, that's when you play.
Okay.
It's a young man's game, though. I feel it's a young man's game. My thumbs just cannot do it. They just become numb after moving them for more than like 10 seconds like that. Like it's impossible. Like when we were younger, like you don't get fatigue, like muscle fatigue like that. I just like your fucking thumbs just keep going. But my thumbs literally just lock up. I'm like,
doing the tubes, doing the tubes, or doing the
blocking.
the blocking. Okay, really?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, come and try doing the fucking shark
will.
level. It's
I'll fucking do it.
impossible.
Could be
but
lag
yeah.
too.
Level.
Like I can track and follow everything. I just my thumbs, they don't keep up. Like I know what's happening on
okay.
screen. My thumbs just can't do it.
Wow.
Just like becomes petrified. Look at this thumb. Look at this thumb.
Ugh.
Hitchhiker's thumb. Look at this thumb. No hitchhiker's thumb. Okay,
I
I
don't know
could
what
probably.
that is.
I would not stand a chance in that game.
Also, though, I had it upstairs. I had it installed upstairs on the Sony. I had it plugged into the Sony. Even with game mode on, though, the input lag was too much. Too much input lag. Like, it makes it horrible, especially for a rhythm game. So I was like, I'll try it downstairs on the Samsung, on the OLED. And it is night and day difference on the OLED downstairs. It's immediate, like, response. It's like playing on a monitor. I could also try to put it on my monitor, I guess, but...
You haven't
night
tried
and
the
day
monitor
difference.
yet?
No, I would have had to get like a HDMI. Oh, I guess I could now. I did buy a HDMI
Yeah, I would try that.
dongle. Yeah, but I think it's pretty good downstairs. But my thumbs, like I said, it's not possible. It's not possible. Why not?
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
Why not, you stupid bastard? What are you using your thumb for in the game though? Is it just the X, triangle,
Pressing
square,
buttons.
circle?
Yeah.
Just that, right? Why don't you do the double finger then? Like
That's what I was doing.
tried. It's hard to switch because they come up and down, and you have to you would have to. Oh my god! And it's rhythm. It's not just like mindlessly tapping both, right? It's like
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
True,
so
true.
hard, so hard.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
The
Anyway,
original Guitar Hero. Gitaroo Man was
Like,
the
now that's
original
a-
Guitar Hero.
yeah, that's a fucking rhythm game. I want to see people play that. I want to bring that back. I want people to try to
Let's
play
do
this and let's
We'll stream
see
it.
it.
We'll
Let's
stream it.
see it.
You should stream it. That would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I guess I could. I also played Double Dragon 2 for NES last night. And I played through the whole game and I beat it
Oh, really?
On what? Your Switch?
on Switch, yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
On the Nintendo Online.
How long did it take
What
you?
like an hour and a half, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! What a stupid game! What a fucking stupid game! It was
Double
so
Dragon.
hard. It was so hard, and the controls were so dumb. Like
I'm gonna
whenever
look this
you're
up.
Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 2,
Okay.
NES. It's man, when you're fighting.
Okay.
There's a button, and I don't remember. I guess there's only 2 buttons on the NES controller, but there's 4 now. So you get so confused as to what button on the face does what, because multiple buttons do the same thing. But in Double Dragon, you have one button for attacking one way, and another button for attacking the other way. But I
Like
didn't.
to turn you.
Yes, well, not to turn you, but it will kick backwards if you're turned the other
Oh.
way. So it always attacks one way. And I didn't catch on to that. I just thought everything was just an attack button. Like there's one button, it's attack. And no matter what button you press, it's the same. So I'm facing guys and I'm trying to fucking punch them, but all I'm doing is kicking backwards behind me. So I'm like, why won't he? I'm facing that way. Why won't he fucking attack him? He's right in front of me, but I'm just kicking backwards. But it's because the button that I'm pressing was that attack that way. There's another button that attacks
That's
this way.
funny.
It's so stupid. And the jump is pressed both at the same time. That's how you jump.
What?
Yeah. Both you press both attack buttons at the same time and you jump. And
Wow.
but sometimes when you press both attack buttons, it's not a jump. It's like a flying knee. He goes, and he flying knee, but it's random. You can't control when you do that. And it's a sweet attack too. So it's like a random
That is
bonus. It's so dumb.
Weird.
And then sometimes you get a flying tornado kick in the air when you press jump and attack. Like it doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. It's completely random. And it's so hard. Because you can't it's like, oh, I need to fucking jump kick these guys because it does a lot of damage. No, good luck. You'll get it maybe if you just mash the buttons. It'll randomly happen.
One
It's
out of
so
4
stupid.
Ninja kick the damn rabbit.
Anyway, the only reason why I beat it too and I made it to the end was because I was able to save state in the in the fucking
Oh,
thing.
really?
And I was constantly saving
Nice.
and loading. And there were some levels that there weren't even any enemies in. It was just platforming, and it was so hard because the jumping is so bad and the controls are so shitty that you just fall off and die. And in every level, if you go down to the bottom, you know how you can go up and down?
Yeah.
If you go down to the bottom of the stage in every level, you'll fall off. You'll just fall off and die. What? I had to load so many times, and it was horrible. Horrible game. Horrible experience. But I mean, back then it was cool, man. Imagine being
8 out of 10.
Imagine being able to beat that game with 3 lives without
No
saving
way.
state. Back in the day, you would look at the fucking balls on this guy. This guy is you would be a hero back in the day. I'd be
That
Double
was
Dragon.
insane.
I fucking beat it. But man, it was so hard, unbelievable. And the story
You'd look
was
like
funny.
probably Eddie from Stranger Things. That's who would beat Double Dragon, I feel like. That's Eddie from
No, they like
Stranger Things.
Lucas from Wizard. Remember the guy with the Nintendo Power Glove?
Yeah.
That's why he was so badass.
I gotta watch
that guy.
that.
That guy did it. He did it. That's why everyone thought he was such a badass. But yeah. Anyway, I don't recommend playing it, but I do recommend playing it because it's so funny and bad. That's all I've really been playing.
For me, I have played and beat Pokemon Arceus for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you beat it.
Nice.
Yeah, I beat
Are
it.
you sure
I
it's
beat
not Arceus? Is it Arceus?
I don't fucking know. I'm calling it Arceus.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Well, then it's Arceus.
So yeah, it was a good game. We talked about it last episode. I beat it. That took me around 25 hours, so pretty decent. The only reason why it didn't take me 15 hours is because sometimes the Pokemon just one shot you if you're not at a current level, and the leveling system, your opponent's Pokemon, the levels don't matter sometimes. I'd be level, let's say 30, and they'd be level 25. And even though their type is how you say it? Like their fire and
Vulnerability?
your grass, yeah, right. But like usually, if you're up quite a bit on the level scale, then you shouldn't get one shot by someone that's 5 or 10 levels underneath you, right? Like you have time to change a Pokemon, right? No, not in this. So like if I had to throw something out there so I could revive the proper Pokemon to put back out, he just one shots him. Like what the fuck? You're like 10 levels lower than me. How is this even possible? That was the only big thing I had against it. So then I'd have to go and level up a proper Pokemon, It's okay. I have to go around still. I'm just gonna go around and pop back in every once in a while to catch the frenzied Pokemon with the red eyes, because they're larger. They're like larger models, and whenever you fight with them, they're larger models than the regular ones. So that looks pretty sweet. But yeah, Pokemon Arceus
Is that like
pretty
a
good.
shiny?
Yeah,
Shiny?
yeah, but they're not like different colored or anything. They're just size wise, they're bigger.
Are they the same like rarity as a shiny?
No. Like you go around and you'll see them like, trompling around.
So smug. Like he thought it was funny, like this.
How smug.
with their
Oh, so
fire
smug.
eyes, and they're really hard to catch, right? Because they'll like all the Pokemon around them are like level, let's say 30, and this guy will be like level 60, right? So if you go into that zone, you're probably around level 30 to get the level 30 Pokemon, and then you'll see called an elite or a frenzied, whatever the fuck they're called, but they're larger and they got fire eyes, and they'll like charge you and one shot you and all that kind of stuff. So catching it, you'll have to come back at that level and catch them just to have like a cooler, bigger Pokemon.
Oh yeah, this guy. Oh yeah, check this guy out. Yeah, I see it now. I see he got a little Staravia. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so it just has red
Yeah.
eyes.
And he's larger. And he's going to be larger than all the other ones.
This Floatzel, he's bigger. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Other than that, I've jumped into Mario Kart, just racing around some Mario Kart, played online, and I'm actually not too bad. Like I get second, third place, usually online. The last like 4 or 5 matches or cups I've done online, that's pretty fun. I love Mario Kart, love it.
Yeah, I played the. Is it 8? 8's the
Yeah.
most recent. Yeah, I've played that a handful of times. It's very fun for sure.
Did you get the new DLC?
Yep,
They
I
charge,
got
like-
the pack with like the extra
Really?
40 tracks, but the 40 tracks are going to be released over time. So I think every week they release a handful until December or something like that, November. By November, they'll all be out, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
How much does that cost? How much does that run you?
Which? The DLC? $30, I think.
$30. They can't just put out a new damn Mario Kart
No.
game?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Fucking
Well, should
Nintendo.
we head into our topic then?
Let's get her done here.
Main topic time.
Episode
Gaming
topic.
subscription services. Gaming subscription services.
Yep.
That's our main
Subscriptions
topic.
of any kind.
Any kind.
A subscription. Gaming.
Subscription subtypes.
Yeah.
Subs.
And yes, like battle passes. Does that include?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Things
That's
like that.
up to you guys. If I'm going to ask you a question later, but first,
Yes.
I'm going to send you guys down a little brief history of subscription in games.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's a learning session here. So let's start off. In 1980, Atari and Mattel were offering subs known as the Play Cable. This service allowed subscribers to download games onto their Intellivision consoles through the use of television cables.
Oh.
What?
I'm getting all this from IGN.com. They had a nice
Mhm.
article about this. Wikipedia says the Play Cable channel was broadcast from the subscriber's cable company using dedicated frequencies within the FM band of the cable line. So you pay for the subscription and they would have it over there, okay? And then a Play Cable
Where?
at like
What?
like Rogers or whoever was your cable provider.
Your
provider.
ISP would have to support this.
Your cable provider, yeah.
Wow.
So the play cable adapter peripheral would be inserted into the cartridge and connected to the cable line. This is so fucked. Okay, this is crazy. Ridiculous. This adapter contained an FM radio receiver, so that would be getting the signal sent from your cable ISP. Not ISP, it's Internet Service Provider, but your cable service provider, your CSP. The FM radio receiver digital interface had 512 word firmware ROM and 8K of RAM for the game storage. 8K, 8 kilobytes of RAM. Okay. And you'd pay for the service and they would fucking send you the game over the FM
air?
radio. Yeah. Over the FM radio signal to an adapter that is inserted into your adapter,
the
like your
cable?
cartridge adapter.
No, it came from the cable.
Yeah, but the cable is plugged into this adapter into your console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the signal on the address to get the data was probably sent over the air to the adapter, and then they came through the cable.
Yes, yeah, that's what I believe. This is completely ridiculous. Like,
It's crazy. It's like,
yeah,
is this
so
even
you
real
would probably-
life? Like, they did
Yeah,
this shit
they
back
did
then?
this
Like,
shit.
what the fuck? I thought
it-
the 80s was just like a
I
bunch
know,
of
man.
cavemen.
These
with-
were
Isn't that
uber
insane?
nerds. This is like the uber upper echelon of nerds doing this.
So subscription.
I would like to meet somebody who actually did this, who
So-
paid the money and went through all this trouble to do that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So the play cable was then sidelined and discontinued 3 years later in 1983 because of the size of the games were exceeding 8 kilobytes of memory, so they couldn't be sent over the signal anymore. They couldn't send it.
No, they couldn't hold it on the cartridge because the cartridge was 8K. You could send more than 8K over the cable. It was just the limitation of the cartridge was 8K.
Yeah. So then came GameLine, another service on the Atari 2600 that let subscribers download games through the use of an external modem. So you pay your sub, and the games were priced at $1 USD and only playable for 10 days.
Like
And
renting
you-
one.
Yeah, it's like renting them, I guess.
Right.
It's like a renting subscription.
You have to download it with a modem.
Yeah, you have to download it with an external modem to your console somehow. I don't know. Then came Nintendo. They want to get their little dinky wet with the Stellaview service for the SNES, which transmitted games through satellite signals. It offered subscribers over 114 games. Okay, featuring a mix of NES remakes and new SNES games.
Oh shit! What year was this?
The satellite. Oh, I don't have that for here for the
Have you not have the year of this? Let's go here. Thought you were giving us a fucking info session.
1995. Sorry, is the year for the Stellaview. Satellite View. It's a stupid name. Stellaview, something like that.
It's a stupid name.
But yeah, that's Nintendo. And then around the same time, around 1996, Sega wanted to get in on it. So Sega introduced the Sega Channel, a service for Sega Genesis that was made possible via cable television adapter. Offerings would be rotated monthly, so game offerings would be rotated monthly, with subscribers gaining access to over 70 games at a time. This is ridiculous. Like, how did they even do this back then?
I feel like really spoiled kids. That spoiled kid that you knew in your class would have the subscription. Oh, my mom,
you would need to know. You would need to know though.
You need to know how to do this
it.
shit.
You need to know how to have how did they hook up the
Modems.
satellite to the fucking Super Nintendo?
Yeah,
There's
maybe.
a modem for Super Nintendo, like a satellite dish. You have to have a fucking satellite dish.
Satellite. All it says is satellite signals. I didn't want to go too in depth because then this could take all day. But
You need to have a satellite dish to accept a satellite signal. So
Yeah.
this would have to either had a satellite dish with it or something. I don't know. Like, that's super strange and way too much work. Holy crap.
here it is. The satellite view. Satellaview, that's what it's called, sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck, is a satellite modem peripheral produced by Nintendo.
Mhm.
So you have to buy
Satellite
their
modem.
satellite. So you'd have to have a dish that goes into this Nintendo satellite modem that then goes into your SNES. Like, who the fuck would do that?
Wow. Remember those big dishes on people's lawns?
Yeah, like massive fucking... I'm thinking GoldenEye.
It's like, yeah, that's for my Super Nintendo. It's like, oh,
my
big
Super Nintendo
shit.
subscription.
So that's my
Oh
Super
my
Nintendo
God.
satellite dish, and here's my Super Nintendo satellite dish modem, and here's my Super Nintendo. It has access to 70 games.
But I'm pretty sure it was just like super nerd dads. Like, it wouldn't be kids doing this. Super nerd dads
guaranteed.
that were into
It's like-
that kind of shit.
the
Potentially,
guy from Stranger Things that Sean Astin played, that guy, Bob, what was his name?
yeah, Bob.
Yeah, or Buddy's
sure.
girlfriend.
Nerdy Bob.
Or Buddy's
Or who?
girlfriend.
Buddy who?
Dusty's girlfriend.
Dusty's girlfriend.
Oh,
that.
I
yes.
remember her name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, because she had that big satellite or
Yeah.
something, didn't she, on her roof?
Yeah,
like
that's
a big
exactly
antenna on her
it.
roof.
Yeah. So,
Man, these are the guys who started it all.
yeah, man. This is it.
Guys doing
This is
that.
it.
But it just goes to show you, though, doesn't it, that even back in 1980, you said, right,
Mhm.
that nothing is original. Okay, everybody's thought of everything at one point in time. It's
Came
just
from the
they
80s?
didn't have the means to do it back then, and yet here we are thinking in this day and age. Nobody, I didn't know about that. Jonathan didn't know about that. You didn't know about that until you
No.
read the article.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about, what kind of online subscription gaming was there in 1980? Oh, that wasn't a thing.
1980.
You know what I mean?
1980.
Yes, that's pretty much the 70s, which is pretty much the 60s.
This is basically 50 years
Basically.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? So fast forward about 30 years, okay? And today, you have all this super tech in your fucking hands. You got mobile gaming robbing kids of their college tuitions. You got young adults racking up thousands of dollars on their parents' credit cards for fucking Candy Crush. Okay?
Yeah.
You have hundreds of games at your fingertips with Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. And then you have developers and publishers making you pay money for a game and then shanking you with microtransactions, battle passes, and gatekeeping mechanics. All that came from the 1980s play cable.
Imagine back in the day, you're this super nerd kid. It's like, man, I got gamer fatigue, dude. I have access to 170 games on my Atari over the FM radio, fucking whatever the hell I do. Holy shit, I got gamer fatigue. I think I might have to go outside.
I'm
ride
so
my
depressed.
bicycle. Yeah, like, imagine.
Oh my god.
Let's go outside, man. I can't handle all the
Isn't that-
possibilities.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, like, where do you guys think it goes from here in 100 years?
Hold on.
Okay.
I want to talk about something first.
Oh, sure.
Just a second here. Let me get into this because I recently had an issue with a subscription. Okay. First of all,
Is it a gaming subscription?
let's talk about like how many gaming subscriptions can you even have?
Huh.
How many are people gonna want to have? Like you have
Exactly. Yep.
subs on top of subs, on top of season passes, on top of battle passes, on top of streaming services, and you got Netflix and Disney Plus, Prime, PS
Right.
Plus,
On
Game
top of
Pass,
everything you already
Ultimate,
have,
Sony
right?
TV 1080p technology. How long before you're spending over $100 a month? Like that's pretty easy. I think you get $100
Easy.
To
a
play
month.
how many
Easily.
games, right?
And how
Yeah.
Play how many
Are you-
games?
Are you playing those fucking games? You're playing like
Exactly.
one of those games.
Now, to be fair, season passes or battle passes, most of them allow you to get your currency back.
Yeah.
So you can buy the next one for free, like if you keep playing. But
Interesting.
not Hearthstone, guys. Not Hearthstone. They just changed everything in Hearthstone, added a new season. They added a new battle pass or season pass for Battlegrounds alone, which is the only thing I play on Hearthstone. So they have a new season pass before. Now, this is good for rewards because their original battle pass or tavern pass, if you remember, Nathaniel, it had
Mhm.
jack shit to do with
Yeah.
BGs. You got nothing having to do with Battlegrounds. You got no cool rewards. You couldn't even barely progress by playing Battlegrounds. You could barely progress the battle pass at all. So it was so dumb. You couldn't progress it worth a shit. But now it has its own. But there's a big but here. Before, I could buy the perks. It's called the Battleground perks for 2,000 gold of in-game gold, right?
Yeah.
That's what I spent my gold on. Was the Battleground perks. I'll save up and I'll buy the next season's perks with my gold.
Yeah.
But now they charge you $18.99 to access the perks, and you can't buy it with gold anymore. So I am now forced to pay $18.99 if I want my Battleground perks on the season. Wow, okay. So you have to pay $18.99 to get the battle pass. You get the perks with the battle pass.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, if I do this once, do I get like the currency back so I can get it for free next time? No, you can't. So they introduced a new currency called runes, this new battle pass or whatever currency. It's for both Battlegrounds and normal mode, called runes. It's like V-Bucks and Fortnite and like COD points and Apex coins and all that. But you don't get a single fucking rune in the battle pass, in the season pass. Back. You get nothing. Yeah. So next season you'll have to buy $18.99 again and pay again for the perks in the season pass. Like, what a joke. What a fucking joke. Like,
see, I've never bought a battle pass to this day. So I don't know how outrageous that is because I don't know what the norm is.
I find Blizzard is becoming the scummiest of them all.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a scumbag move. Like,
they're fucking brutal.
No one else does that. What other game can you not get your battle pass currency back in a battle pass?
Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite.
Cheap.
Yeah, that's not much. But like now, $5. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna fucking play. I'm done playing Hearthstone now. I've been playing it since 2012, 2010.
How many times I told you to stop playing that
anymore.
fucking game? Now he listens to me.
Well, now it's pointless
crazy,
to play.
Right?
Like, because now if you want to play Battlegrounds, you get to choose your hero at the beginning, right? You choose between, well, if you have the perks, you get to choose between 4 heroes. If you have the perks. If you don't have the perks and you're like a basic, you get to choose between 2, which is dog shit because some heroes are really good and some are fucking trash. So you get a choice between more heroes when you have the perks, which is that's pay to win. So now you're paying to get a choice of a better hero, to get a better chance at a better hero. Like, what a joke, man.
Leave it to Blizzard.
I think they just killed the game. Like, I think they just killed it. Like, who's going to do this? Who's going to pay for this? $18.99 a month.
Oh, whales, man. There's so many people who will pay for it. Just like Diablo Immortal.
No, they're going to drop subs. They're going to drop players. Guaranteed they're dropping players now with this shit.
It's fucking unreal.
Dumb. Like,
you know what?
Okay, fine, but add the runes in the fucking pass so I can get enough runes to make it back next season. Like, why are you blocking that out? Like,
because that keeps people playing that game, right? To get their currency back. Like, that's a whole mechanic in itself, right? To keep people in the game.
Okay,
they're fucking stupid.
That's so stupid. Because now, if you're deciding between, do I buy the Hearthstone Battle Pass or do I buy the Fortnite Battle Pass? It's a no fucking brainer because the Fortnite Battle Pass, you get your money back and you get it again next season for free. With Hearthstone, you're going to have to pay another $20, another $19 next month. Why would you do that?
What's crazy is the amount of money. Like $20, that's $20 Canadian, right? $20 Canadian for fucking Hearthstone.
19. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Like,
for nothing. You get nothing.
For nothing.
All I want is the perks. I don't want that other bullshit in the Battle Pass. Like,
so you're saying it's common, even in season passes and battle passes of all different types of games that have them, to get your money back.
But you have to finish it. You have to finish the battle pass because they'll give you the last coin or whatever to get your money back at like the last level or something.
Okay, so as it stands right now, Blizzard is one of the few, if not the only, that isn't allowing players that perk.
isn't allowing the ability to
Right.
recoup your costs. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that is dumb. I mean, but hey, that's the cash machine of life, man.
Now, what I'm thinking is when they get
Those
put in the Game Pass, right? Like say
Freaking cash
Hearthstone,
cow.
let's say Hearthstone and all that stuff gets put into Game Pass, they might give a nice Game Pass. I don't know. If you own Game Pass, then you get this kind of package or whatever, right? Like something bullshit like that.
If they get put in a Game Pass, Hearthstone.
Yeah, like
Game
if they'll
Pass.
put Hearthstone in Game Pass with COD and all that shit, right? Because when the deal goes through, it's most likely to go through. Then you'll probably see better perks for Game Pass owners that kind
COD's
of
free to play anyway. No, well, Warzone.
yeah, well, whatever.
They're not going to put a free to play game in Game Pass. Hearthstone's free to play.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
they'll give you
free-to-play.
perks. They'll give you perks to play Hearthstone through Game Pass. I believe so. Mark it. All right.
How about that?
And Game
about that?
Game Pass being like the leading model of
Yeah,
subscription
it's
based.
superb.
Like it's gotta be the best. I think I Googled like best gaming subscription services just to see what the consensus is. There's some there that I never even heard of. And obviously Game Pass, Xbox PC Game Pass is just like right on the top of the list because it's just like, who can beat that? Who
no, yeah, man.
can step into the ring with Game Pass? Who can beat the friggin' value of that? Like you're paying what? What is it? 60? Is it $60
No.
a month ish? Or I mean a year?
Game Pass Ultimate. Okay, let's do Game Pass Ultimate. That's the incomes you get for Xbox, you get for PC,
Yeah,
you got
right.
all in between, okay? That's their top tier. That is $20 a month, Canadian.
Okay.
That gets you everything. And like there's so much there. And they give you perks. So you go to your perks tab in the Game Pass thing and they give you free shit just for having Game Pass, like free shit in Rocket League, free shit in Fortnite. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here you go. Have a nice little suit or a nice weapon or whatever like that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. But then you've got your PS Plus, who I don't believe they even know what they're doing still because they can't give first party titles, right?
Right.
Xbox can, PlayStation can't because of how much money they dump into a God of War Ragnarok or a Last of Us. The money in those games is huge for Sony, and to give that in their past, like they'd
Right,
have to
because
up that price like $30.
And the question is, how are these developers surviving when their games are put on, subscription services for less than it would cost physical or brand new or whatever, right?
Because the way Xbox does it is they have a hand in helping either develop or fund that game, and then the deal is it gets put on Game Pass.
I see. I was wondering because I didn't Google that.
Like the indie ones, that's how the indie ones go. And then whatever deal they make under the table for the bigger games to come on Game Pass is whatever. But usually they'll have their finger in either development costs or development help for the indie games and stuff like that.
And I mean, you guys know me. I'm a physical copy buyer, especially for a game that I want, that I've been wanting. But the amount that I pay for one game compared to the amount that somebody pays for a year of Game Pass is just like, it's crazy. I mean, I have it now because of my Xbox deal that I got, but wow, I don't know. It's just nuts. So I don't know who can beat it.
So what are you
We're
saying
gonna
that
find out.
you don't spend the equivalent on games as you would on Game Pass, like for the year? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I spend more on one game. I guess I don't think about time-wise, but I spend more on one game, brand new, let's say, than Game Pass costs in a month or in a year. So, if I paid less than what I would on a brand new game, I get all these games I could play. Granted, it's so many to the point where it's like, well, I don't know. We talked about this. I just can't play all those. But I want to play this one game, but it's not on Game Pass. So I got to buy that game. So, there's pluses, there's minuses, there's negatives, whatever, but I can't deny it as a physical game buyer and somebody who just can't play that many games like Nathaniel on Game Pass. I still can't deny the value, and I'm never going to say, oh, I'll never pay for Game Pass because I have before, and I'll probably keep going depending on what's on it. Would I get Game Pass for one game? Shit, yeah, I would.
Hell yeah, you'd want to. Shit, yeah, you'd want to. Whew.
Because
Shit,
like,
Shit,
if it's gonna be $60 for the year, and I get to play that game for that year and whatever, But I was thinking about it. All depends on ownership, right? Like, buying physical is very expensive. So, given those prices, just gaming subs, depending on how many you've got, we talked about the shit tons of subscriptions, right? But depending on how many you got, gaming subs just could be cheaper. It just depends on ownership. I'm the person who likes to own my games. I want to own them by paying for money, and I get a copy that's mine forever. I don't have to give it back. I don't lose access to it, right? And I think that's kind of a huge clincher for a lot of people. Well, I don't give a shit about owning my games, so I'll pay the sub cost, and I'll just play it when I want to play it, when I can play it, and then if I lose access to it when I'm not paying for it, okay.
They don't like people like you.
Yeah, I know.
They don't like you.
But again, I'm both columns. I'm fine with either. Depends on what type of game it is. If it's a really special game, then I want to own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Xbox is actually coming out with what Nintendo did and how I put you guys on the family plan, right? Xbox is coming out with a friends and family pricing.
Nice.
So, family and friends in the same country will be able to join their group. It's only up to 4 people this time. So it's going to cost about $30 Canadian. This is rumored, but they're testing it out in the Republic of Ireland and Colombia. And the price is up there at 25 USD for 4 people. So if you half that, it's around $8 Canadian each a month. It's okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Or you'd spend $20 a month solo, right?
I think we were talking about this last night with me and
Pretty
the
good.
guys.
Or $6 a month.
Or $6 a month. So whoever's listening, if
This is an exclusive deal for listeners of the Elder Trolls podcast only.
I'll try to go through it quick, but I am a cheap fuck, as everyone knows. So I've been going around and looking for cheap deals on the Game Pass Ultimate cards. Usually I get mine at the end of the year, and then I buy it at Best Buy for like 50% off. It lasts me the year. But apparently there's this loophole where you can actually get it for $6 Canadian a month. Let me go through it with you.
Game Pass Ultimate.
Game Pass Ultimate, $6 a month Canadian. I read it on Reddit, and I'm like, this can't be it. They patched this up because it was a couple of years old, and then I was like, there's no fucking way. So then I sort by newest posts, right? So it's like, what? And the newest post confirming that it still worked was 2 months ago. I was like, oh shit. What you want to look for is a year subscription for the Xbox Live Gold. I got mine at around $60 Canadian for the year. And then what you want to do is let your Game Pass Ultimate subscription lapse. So you want it to end or expire. Once mine expired, I waited a couple of days just to have it, expire more. And what I did is I went into an incognito window. I don't know if this is part of it, but I tried to do this before in a regular window with all my cookies enabled, all that shit, and it wouldn't let me. It kept giving me an error.
On the PC. So you have to do this on your phone, I guess.
On the PC. Or on the phone, yeah. So you have to go and log into your Xbox account through your web browser.
In an incognito window.
I went into an incognito window.
Where you watch your porn.
Yes.
Yes, that's the default version of my browser.
I only
my
browse
browser always, I only browse in incognito. So currently you have no active subscriptions in your Microsoft account. You put in your code and you activate your 12 months, and then you refresh the page and it says you have an active subscription until this time next year of Xbox Live Gold. Now, the trick is you upgrade this to Game Pass Ultimate. Okay? If you've never done this before, you can actually upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate for $1. Okay? They charge you the first month, right? So if you've never had Game Pass Ultimate before, then they'll say,
right, it'll be $1.
Join Game Pass Ultimate for $1, or upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate for $1, right? And you say, yes, sure. But in my case, I've done that before, so it was $16 or 16 plus tax, so $20 Canadian to get that upgrade to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
But that's only for the first month.
The first month. You just have to pay for the first month. Once you pay for the first month, it upgrades all your other months of your Xbox Live Gold to Game Pass Ultimate for that 1 month price.
Boom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Okay? Right there. So now I've got 13 months. Sorry. Because it adds that Game Pass Ultimate.
Right.
You buy that 1 month, and then it upgrades your 12 months of Xbox Live Gold to Game Pass Ultimate. In
For
the
a
end,
total price of
in the end, it cost me, I believe it was $80. So 60 plus the 20, $80 for 13 months of Game Pass Ultimate, which comes out to roughly $6 Canadian per month for 13 months.
that's the price of 4 months of Game Pass Ultimate.
Isn't that fucking insane? How did they not?
Is this
Patch
a
that
known?
yet.
Okay, so this is not a known loophole.
Some people do, obviously, because it was on Reddit, but a lot of people don't. And they're spending, what, $200? Almost $200 a year. for
Well, when
Game
I
Pass
say
Ultimate.
known, I mean like known by Microsoft.
More than that.
So we're basically just telling Microsoft on the internet here. We're all contributing to Microsoft being like finding these loopholes and then shutting
If
you
you're
guys
paying
down.
full price, yeah, but if you're paying full price, you're paying over $240 a month Canadian after tax. I don't know how much it is American, probably
Wait, what?
$14.99.
240. What?
240. $20 times 12, $240.
A year. Yeah,
A
yeah,
year.
a year.
It's probably $14.99 American, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So that's like 180 on the year. But if you do this, then it's probably like $4 a month.
It's peanuts, man.
$4 a month
And-
for Game Pass Ultimate.
They
For
haven't
the
patched it
States.
yet. I don't know if they will. Maybe they'll patch it with the upcoming family subscription plan. Maybe.
Because why would I do that
but-
when we can just do this?
Exactly. So whoever's listening, I would go and do this. Actually, what I would do is I
You
would
can get a couple
three,
years.
get 3 years of Xbox Live Gold. Get 3 years because they allow the upgrade up to 36 months of subscription time. So buy 3 years of the Xbox Live Gold, do what I just told you, and you'll have $6 Game Pass Ultimate for 3 fucking years a month, like per month. Like that's awesome. That's awesome. And we all know prices are going to go up, and then you're locked in at $6 a month.
You're just an Xbox shill. You're a Microsoft shill.
What do you mean? I'm helping the people here.
You're helping our
the
listeners.
Robin
because
Hood
if you're
of
not
video
listening
Yeah,
to
I was
this,
just about to say that.
if you're not listening to
I'm the
this,
Robin Hood of gaming.
you're not going to get it. We're not going to tweet this. We're not going to tweet it. We're not going to make this public. This is only for listeners. A little gem for listeners. There you go.
Yeah, little gem for listeners.
I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
Let's talk about the future. You want to talk about the future of
Yeah,
subscription? Where else could they possibly go with this? Imagine
Well,
there was a
do you guys think
universal
that-
subscription. This will never happen, but imagine where you just could get everything.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. You get
And-
just fucking everything.
It
everything.
never happened. It obviously never happened.
But-
But maybe someday streaming services will this happened recently with the rumor that Amazon and EA. Imagine Amazon bought EA
Mhm.
and you got EA Play with your Prime subscription.
Exactly.
So you get thrown
It's
in.
just you're gobbling. You've got these big entities gobbling
Just
up,
gobbling
all
everything up.
the other.
Yeah, but I
entities,
feel
right?
like
It's
the
just
gaming entities are bigger than the streaming entities now. Like Sony's
I
bigger
was
than
thinking the same. I was thinking the same.
Is
Like
Sony
who-
bigger than Netflix? Is Microsoft bigger than Netflix?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Microsoft would have to buy Netflix, and then with Game Pass Ultimate, maybe you'd get your Netflix subscription too.
And then they just rename it to your Microsoft subscription.
Yeah.
Like have a Microsoft subscription
Yeah.
and you get everything.
But then you're like monopoly. That's a
$100
huge
bucks a
monopoly. That's a different legal issue completely. but
Yeah.
monopolizing everything. So yeah, I don't think
But-
that'll ever happen. But
What I want to see is just one thing. Like give me a subscription. Okay? I don't want if I'm paying a subscription for a service, I don't want battle passes. I don't want gatekeeping like the new Destiny 2 Lightfall expansion, which I would love to talk about, which I want to talk about. And then they gatekeep behind, another $20. Oh, another Game Pass. Oh, you have the Battle Pass? Well, get the Season Pass too. Right?
Yeah, why does Destiny have a battle pass?
Okay,
If they
do you want me to
charge
talk
for
about
the game?
I want to talk
no,
about
it's
it.
free to play now. Never mind. It's free to play.
Yeah, but you get like 2 dungeons in the free to play, right? So, okay, I'm gonna go through this real quick. Fuck. So, Destiny 2 is coming out with their new expansion, Lightfall, in next year. So every year they come out with an expansion. Costs people $60 for that expansion. Okay, that's not including their battle pass, whatever bullshit they decide to release throughout that year. Okay. So I like Destiny 2 a lot. I've dabbled in the expansions, played them enough to go, I get bored, then rinse, repeat, come back. I buy the expansion. I do a little bit more. I'm not too invested in Destiny 2, but I'm sure people are pretty pissed about this. I bought the Witch Queen expansion for PS5, jumped in, had a blast with randoms, joined a little clan, had some fun, then stopped playing. Recently, the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I want to check out Destiny 2 before Lightfall drops next year. I go in and I'm already fucking lost. Okay, like it's ridiculous in there. All the new shit that they keep releasing. They keep people hooked, right? And then I'm checking out the dungeons and I see this dungeon key. Buy this dungeon key. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I bought the expansion. Why don't I have access to all the dungeons? Whenever you play free, you only get like 2 dungeons and the story, I guess. You don't get much. When I buy the Witch Queen expansion pass, I get, apparently, X amount of dungeons. Even though I've paid for the expansion. To unlock more dungeons and shit, you have to buy the 30th anniversary pack that they came out with to get a couple of weapons and another dungeon. Like, what?
The fuck,
That's
man?
another, like, what? And now,
This is
they
Blizzard.
have this done. No, yeah, this is Bunghole. Bungie, sorry.
Bunghole.
So now they come out with this dungeon key that you have to spend $20 on. Okay, so you've already bought the expansion for $60. Okay, you've got the battle pass for another $15 for that season, but you don't get this dungeon key.
15
This
bungs.
dungeon key, 15 bungs. Okay, now they have this dungeon key. They decided, during this season, we're gonna release a couple of dungeons, and we're gonna make you pay for it outside the battle pass and outside the expansion cost and outside the 30th anniversary pack to play these 2 dungeons, to get gear, whatever, right? And like, what the actual fuck? But then they're like, like it's so convoluted, it's so insane. Like, if you buy the expansion pack deluxe ultra version, you get this dungeon key that we just invented, right?
Perfect.
Like, why didn't you tell me that when I was buying the expansion pack when it first came out? Because you didn't know you were going to make a dungeon key. Unbelievable.
So it's a free-to-play game, you said, Destiny 2?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they make you pay for the
Technically.
expansions, just to clarify.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they make you, well, not make you, but they have a battle pass that you can also pay for, right? And then the 30th anniversary thing, and now this dungeon key.
Weird. I've never
So
seen
with
a
this
battle pass
new-
on a non-free game. Have you?
Yeah. What?
I said I've never seen a battle pass
Exactly.
on a game that wasn't free to play.
Right. Like they're charging you for the expansions and then, to get more items and to get more crafting shit, then get the battle pass for another $15.
What the fuck?
It's unbelievable, man. And now with this new Lightfall, they've cleaned it up a little bit. There doesn't seem to be so many bundles or versions yet as of right now when you're pre-ordering. Okay, they have the regular expansion, and then they have what's called the annual pass edition. This includes whatever's going to come out in the next year. Okay, so the 4
a season
seasons.
pass.
Yes, an annual pass, right? Whatever comes out in the next year. So there's going to be 4 seasons that release in the next year, dungeons that they keep releasing in the next year, and all of this is supposed to be covered by this annual pass, and it's 130 Canadian dollars.
Wow. That's a lot of
Guess what?
quiche.
I will not be playing Destiny 2 Lightfall. There you go. This just in.
Like unbelievable. So this is what I come up with. Why don't you just charge people a fucking subscription?
Yeah, like per month type thing.
I'll pay $10 a month, $15 a month. Just give it to me. Like,
Yeah.
what happened to that?
Yeah, like the World of Warcraft subs,
Like
the
World of
Final
Warcraft,
Fantasy
the
subs,
Final Fantasy-
all the MMO subs. I was thinking
It's
about that, too.
It's an MMO. It's an MMO,
Yeah.
essentially.
It depends on
It's
that.
Let me pay
definitely an
$15 a month and fuck off with all your shit.
Yeah,
It's an MMO FPS RPG.
Yeah. Because that
True, though.
$130 spread over the year with all that content is what? $10 a month.
They'll eventually do it. They're going to do it eventually. It will happen. Just don't. play it
Fuck you,
until then.
bunghole.
because that's really dying. The whole monthly sub thing's definitely dying with all these, microtransactions and the season passes and all this shit, right? That's coming out. All these little extra ways to make money with games coming out. It's like you're not seeing monthly subs anymore unless they already have it. Like World of Warcraft, that's going to be going for fucking years and years. They've been milking that for ages. So that was grandfathered in. I just wonder if it'd be different now. If World of Warcraft came out now, would it be free to play and then they're charging you all this shit? You know what I mean?
Yep, of course it would.
So I don't know. It's definitely not. Monthly subs are definitely not. They're dying because so much of the financial gain is coming from auxiliary avenues, right?
Yeah.
And I think it just depends on the type of game. And I think that Destiny, that's a good example. Destiny's a good type of game, a good basis for a game that would warrant a monthly fee, as opposed to something like, I don't know, what's another example that wouldn't be. I just feel like lifer games. I wrote lifer games down where the developers are just going to be milking it for years.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
where
hold
they
on
need to
here.
kind of start charging monthly subs and shit, right? Because like they have upkeep, I imagine, and it
Yeah,
costs
well,
a lot
that's
to
like
upkeep these games.
World of Warcraft. But the World
Right.
of Warcraft, you pay the monthly sub, but do you still have to buy expansions for World of Warcraft? Do you still buy them?
Yeah.
Or do they
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
you still have to buy them, and you have to pay monthly.
When do they throw a battle pass in World of Warcraft? Where you pay $20, right?
Yeah. Never.
don't.
And it's the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
shit. Another thing I wanted to say was with Destiny 2, it's cross-play, cross-platform, all that shit, right? So you can play with everybody. What I want them to see, okay, is within this annual pass edition, let me play it everywhere. Don't make me go buy it on PC and then go buy it on Xbox and then go buy it on PlayStation.
Why the
Yeah,
fuck
that
would
would
they? No way. Do
Just
they
add
do
another
that?
$20. Add another $20 to this 130 Canadian and let me play it on all platforms, please. And fuck off.
Do not. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. $130.
But like
Kidding me?
$130 and you cut it down into monthly payments, it's not that terrible. What will be terrible is after a couple of months it's out and they release another gatekeep. That is when I'm going to go on a fucking rampage. like a raid key. Oh, you want this new raid that we just released outside of the annual pass? A raid key, $60, please. Like,
So
I can't fucking deal with this shit, man.
would you? I mean, I don't know what you'd qualify these kind of, like I said, auxiliary. I like that word.
This is a live
Is-
service game. This is what it is.
Okay, that's the term. So
Yeah.
buying these little things like Destiny 2's plethora of extra charges, those don't technically count as microtransactions, or do they? I don't really know what qualifies that.
No, microtransaction is like buying cosmetics and your
okay,
ship
little things.
ship skins and
Hence the word
bullshit like that.
micro. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
But that's a subtype,
microtransactions
a
is still
subscription
buying
subtype.
coins.
Yeah.
Buying
That's what I call
coins
that.
and buying coins to
Right,
buy
coins,
things.
in-game currency, shit like that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Twitch subbing? Subscribing to watch people play games. Would you call that a subscription subtype? Would you call that a gaming subscription? What do you
Yep,
guys
I
think?
would call that a game of
Yeah.
subscription.
I don't
for sure.
understand it. But I mean,
Just play the fucking games, guys.
I mean, it's
Well, I had a
entertainment.
statistic.
You're subscribing. You're helping. You're
Yep.
supporting a channel. You're supporting.
right.
So
Just
like if you
you're
don't
supporting anything else, really.
like if you don't watch
developers.
Netflix, right? If you don't watch Netflix or Prime Video and all you consume is gaming content and want to watch games and people play games, sure, right? Pay your Twitch subscription.
Um, I had a fact
and you don't
here.
get ads, like, because if you don't have like if you watch someone a lot, and they have ads on their channel, like those ads are going to pop up all the time. And so if you subscribe to get rid of the ads to support the channel, you get whatever the hell else they depending on the streamer, little perks that they throw in with the subscription. You can do things in the chat, whatever. But I guess if you're watching that person all the time and you want to support them and you don't want to watch ads,
so it
you
counts.
want to watch 5 ads before you start the stream.
Yeah.
According to, let me get this up in front of me here, but according to the World Economic Forum, I'm just going to fast forward here. More people watch online video game play than online video gameplay. I don't know how they're wording that. Than major cable networks and subscription entertainment services as of 2017. So it's probably more now. At 665 million strong, this is verbatim. These consumers are cutting the cord on traditional cable packages and subscriptions in favor of DIY platforms like YouTube and Twitch. So
how long before Twitch has a subscription where you don't have to buy individual streamers subs and you just have
you just watch
Twitch Pass,
right?
Like
Twitch Pass.
Yeah, like Google Music, Google Play Music, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen though, because the streamers live off of the fucking subs. So the only way, the only way to
which
do that
comes into
never happened. It never happened because you live off
a
your subs.
regulatory entity. When does this get out of hand where someone has to step in and say, okay, look at all these subscriptions. Like Joe Blow is paying $500 a month.
Yeah, seriously.
For everything under the umbrella, right? Like,
yeah,
like
it's gonna be fucked
Joe
up.
Blow gonna be broke.
yeah,
That's it.
The music industry had to do that, right?
They're gonna call him Joe Broke
Because of all the piracy.
And just
So
so
they
you
came
know,
out-
we don't get paid much. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking 1/5 of a cent per stream
exactly.
on Spotify right now.
Yep.
1/6
fifth
maybe.
of a cent.
That's how they pay all these musicians with a $15 a month subscription to 1 million people. Right? Like,
Yeah. So it would be the
It's
same. Then.
insanity.
It would be the same for Twitch.
it'd be
It's
the
like,
same kind of thing.
So you
Yeah.
would get. I don't know if it would be like per viewer per hour
Wow.
per view.
They
per
probably make less money,
minute.
right? These subscriptions.
Or per
these-
minute.
way
minute
less,
watched on your
way
channel.
less. They're
These
getting half
Twitch
the sub
channel
right
people?
now. They get half the
Yeah.
subscription, which is $3 American. It's $5.99, I think, to sub to a channel
Wow.
American, and they get half of it.
I don't know,
And
man.
that
I feel like Twitch's model is very you're your own independent creator type. That's its niche, right? So it's like if they do start and they shift the model, that's going to be fucking outrageous. You're going to see a lot of people angry because like Twitch is where you go because you're an independent content creator and you're like, I want to start my own channel. I want to maybe make some money. I'm just going to stream, do my own thing. And whoever wants to watch me and support me can pay me. And that's it. Right. That's like their foundation. So if they go and change that,
People signing
danger.
exclusivity contracts too with
Yeah.
Twitch. So Twitch will
Yeah.
pay them to only
Right.
stream on Twitch. There's a contract there. Anyway,
Man,
who knows, man? It's wild. This is a wild fucking world we live in.
yeah, I think
but
it's
even bands are going the same direction too, man. You ever see that? Thrice has a subscription service where it's like if you pay, you want to see more, you pay more, and you just get exclusive content. Andrew McMahon's got it too with Camp Wilderness. So it's not just gaming; it's just like any other way to monetize your brand yourself.
exactly. Which brings me back to how do you guys see it in 100 years?
Ugh, I don't know, man.
People are going to
Like,
be
it
just
boggles-
consuming less. They'll be consuming less content because they'll be subscribed to only a select few small things, but they'll have lots of access to those things. But like they won't have access to other things. So people's horizons will be narrowed.
Mhm.
How about that for a
They'll
take?
have to be.
Narrow horizons. That's what's in the future. Narrow horizons.
Yeah, because how can you sustain a very wide horizon of subscriptions every month or every year?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Who can
Unless
sustain
you-
that?
You're like,
unless you're spending $1,000 a month on fucking subscriptions. It's
I
like, I've
can't
heard of
afford
them.
to pay
I've heard
my
of them.
family.
I've seen that.
Exactly,
I've watched
yes.
that. Yes, I've heard of them. And then they have one guy. It's like, no, I only watch Fortnite on Twitch, and I watch Ninja, and that's all I know. And that's it.
Yeah, people are going to be divorcing. You have too many subscriptions. We can't afford groceries anymore. You can't afford to pay these people to watch this shit anymore. It's not going to be drugs. That's not what's going to be breaking families
that's it,
up.
man.
It's going to be subscriptions. Okay,
Shut up,
crazy.
wife. Shut up, wife. I have to gift 500 subs to the streamer.
because you can only consume so much,
Yeah.
right? There's only so many minutes and hours in a day.
So it becomes a cycle. So I think that eventually physical copies are going to come back into because like I just want this one
so.
game. Just let me pay the $90 and I'll play that
It'll
one game.
eventually come
please.
down, I think. It'll have to eventually come back around and
Reverse.
fall down. Like subs will
like
drop.
everything.
Mhm.
I don't know, man.
That's
I just
fucking
can't
weird.
see physical media disappearing because of that. You're still gonna have people out there who are like, I just want this one thing. Like, don't fucking kill me. Just give me the one thing, and I'll walk away. That's gonna be me. Because movies aren't gone yet. We're still buying UHD. We're still buying Blu-ray. And the movies have been around for
Yeah, but you can't
century,
get
so.
movies and Blu-rays of stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
You can't get.
That's true because they have their own studio and they make their own exclusive movies. That's true. So that's the niche, right? That's the pocket. I don't know, man.
You want to watch Cobra Kai? You got to have a fucking subscription.
You gotta, yeah, it's true. That's where they get you. I don't know. It's a big topic. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and I
And
think
we
we've
could go
went
on forever.
I think
Yeah.
we've went on long enough.
We could go on forever, baby.
Geeks, Phony Bob, Cliff. I could go on forever, baby.
Any last things you guys want to plug out there about this kind of shit?
I think I'm good.
No, I think I've got everything on my list here that I wanted to talk about.
Alrighty, everyone, that does it for episode 19 of the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. We want to thank everyone for taking the time to listen and watch. Let us know how many subscriptions you got going on. Are you guys holding on to physical copies like Dandalf, or are you going full digital subs and all subs? Please be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and get us a rating and review on your podcast platform of choice. It helps us get out there for more listeners who may enjoy the show. Remember, you can always leave us a DM on Facebook and Instagram, or tweet us if you want to leave a comment or ask any questions. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.
Ciao.
See ya.
Peace.